What's up, dudes and not dudes? Back again. It's Thursday. I'm gonna try to do a quick 30 to 45 minute block. Hopefully, everybody's getting notifications. We'll give it a second for those to roll in here. But what we're gonna be going over today is fight supporting equipment or equipment that carries a fighting load. Now, my name's Marshall. As for me, my background, look, I'm not Tim Kennedy. I don't have to say my resume every time I open my mouth on the internet. So you can look at my previous videos for that. And I recommend that you do, in fact, watch all my previous videos. Yo, dude, I've missed you on IG. Notifications work. Cool, man. Right on. Glad to see that's working. So all this stuff, the fighting load, bearing equipment, is your armor, your chest rig, your belt, and first one I made it to, notifications working. Cool, man. Right on. Appreciate the feedback, guys. So starting this off, like a week in the infantry world, commonly refer to your load bearing equipment as your battle rattle or your kit. Love your videos, man. Thanks, bro. What is our kit comprised of in its entirety? There are echelons to this, but I feel that I should preface with something that kind of counters the cultural normative behavior. A lot of value is placed on body armor, almost to the point where people like are reluctant to train unless they have the picture perfect body armor set up. And I'm going to tell you right now that like I've had effective students that have like a back pocket, and this is where I have to make like this distinguishment between kit and aptitude. You do need baseline kit. If you can't afford it, you should get body armor, but you should get it last on top of like a chest rig or like a belt that supports your secondary weapon. Like I'm wearing a holster with a dummy in it right now. It's my Safariland, but that's what I'm gonna use for the purposes of live. But I can wear that without my war belt. But because the belt I'm wearing is Velcro lined, then I can just throw my war belt on, which is hook lined on the inside. I can throw that on, and now I'm ready to go. We'll get into that here in just a second. Let me check off my list. I'm not going to say that body armor is limited to an offensive standpoint. I will say it's misprioritized or misvalued. I'm going to say that armor is typically worn by people who are knowingly encroaching into harm's way. That's the best way I can describe that. And it's not always offensive, but you are going into an area where you're looking at imminent threat to your life via physical harm. And usually this involves like explosive projectile form. But I don't want people to get carried away with this, man, because like I can articulate quite a few instances where body armor has failed completely or has actually worked counterproductively and suffered its wear or incurred its wear more grievous harm. So instance of that would be like a backplate ricocheting from an oblique angle, a rifle round into the spinal column. That I have seen that happen. Let's see. Ballistic helmet or not ballistic helmet. We'll get into that too, man. I can say that out of the 5 times I've seen a projectile strike a helmet, 3 of those 5 were stopped by a nods mount. Now, I'm not discrediting the massive traumatic brain injury that you're going to incur if you were shot in the head and survive. Like, even with a ballistic helmet, even with a ricochet, like there are a lot of delicate things in the head that are going to suffer from that impact, from that kinetic impact. Now, 7.62 by 54R, I don't think I've seen a helmet or heard of a helmet stopping that yet. So take it for what it's worth, man. I can also say that, like, in interacting with people, in certain scenarios, a nods mount on your head is pretty awesome for headbutting somebody. It's a method of control. Little secret, not that I would ever do that to anybody, or that I have ever done that to anybody. So moving along, at any rate, it is my professional opinion that body armor is a reservation for insurance companies. An insurance company, can they check off one more thing before they issue out a $600,000 life insurance policy at the department, agency, and military levels? Now, body armor also covers a relatively small percentage of coverage, and it's your vital organs from head-on kinetic impact, usually. Like side impacts, but like, dude, like, understand, like, you have to be oriented towards your threat. And furthermore, you have to be hitting the plate in order for that to stop the threat. So, and on that note, if it's not level 4, it's really not worth wearing. So like all the 3+ and stuff like that, it's really not worth the weight and encumberment, unless it's also my opinion that the armor plates kind of offset. They kind of offset or bring more into balance all the weight I'm carrying when I'm wearing a ruck, if that makes sense. We got 8 people in here right now. Cool. Right on. All right. Just jumped in. I'll catch up on missed stuff. Good to see you, man. Cool, bro. Hell yeah. Ooh, I said, yeah, I'm trying to like watch my language because it's YouTube. Like, you guys get it though. So I would say an instance where armor would be necessary would be like civil unrest, or like the unspeakable, man. Like, it's stuff like I don't eat like a foreign military or something like that. All right, so let's go over this real quick. I'm gonna start with my war belt. So you'll notice right off the bat that on it, I have an old Alice LC2 ammo pouch, and it holds 3 magazines in it. This is a real quick 90 rounds, okay? And it doesn't take up a lot of space. So like, I think like one of the like vertical speed reload rifle magazine pouches, I think one of those is sufficient for a speed reload. What plates do you use? I have Paraclete level 4 ceramic. That's what I run. The other thing you'll notice, keep your ear pro on some piece of your equipment, the piece of equipment that you're most likely to put on first. I think this is what I would throw on first. In the chronological order of things, I physically have to put it's physically easier for me to put my belt on before I throw on a plate carrier. And I sure as heck am not going to get a plate carrier over my helmet. So like, that's kind of common sense, okay? So speed reload, oriented in such a manner, however you index it is how you should orient it towards gearing it, because people do things differently. So figure out what's best for you, trim the fat off of unnecessary movements. You don't want to have to rotate the magazine in your hand, just rotate your wrist, orient it towards going into the gun in the correct direction. A dump pouch. I can't emphasize a large dump pouch enough. And in it, yeah, I've got a bayonet hanging in it. Eye protection. I'm serious, man. I'm serious. Like, I'm not trying to be like Mr. OSHA on you, but like, dude, you need your eyes is like more than anything else in order to do this. Like conserve that. Hey, V, get over here. Lay down. Good boy. Vinny, just chill out. This is my dog. I'm surprised he's not acting like he's on crack right now. It's just the way he is. I work him and play and all of this stuff, man. How often do you change your batteries on your ear pro? I think I go through it about every 3rd session that I'm out. I just, carry around AAAs in my range bag or my rucksack, and I'm ready to swap those out. Okay, so onto the dump pouch. This is a Wilderness Tactical large game dump pouch. The reason why it needs to be big, and I want you to keep in mind that your dump pouch, I equate it to your office, your desk out in the field. It's where you can put like all sorts of random stuff that you don't have the time for, like being your GPS or whatever, because you have to move that way right now. Like, I get it, man. You have to have a space to throw loose stuff. And you also take into consideration that the longer this is, the more likely it is that when you invert, it will hang over on its side instead of dumping out its contents all over and hitting you in the face and like, ask me how I know. Hey, leave it. No. Give me a second. All right. So, back to the war bill. On the ammo pouch, the pouch normally reserved for frag grenades. It goes without saying. Tourniquets. Tourniquets are the most immediate life-saving deal that you can have for arterial bleeds. And you also should have... This dog is messing up. Hey! Messing up my power supply and pulling on my tripod probably. Either way. So you can see the inside of the belt. It's hook lined. Leave it. Go ahead, leave it. Vinny, down. Stay. Good boy. Okay, so it's hook lined on the inside. I prefer a 2-part belt. I'm gonna throw it on. And just go through. Bring Vincenzo on the live. All right, give me a minute, I will. I have to make him work though. Like, I can do that while we're simultaneously doing this. Tuck the loose end. All right, cool. We're set up now and we're ready to rock. Got my ear pro, got my eye pro. I've got my pistol mags. They're indexed in the right direction to go straight into my gun. Yeah, they're loaded. I'm not gonna empty out all my stuff right now. Good stay, buddy. Come in. Whoop. Wrong direction, bud. Come in. There you go. All right. Gonna get up here. Good boy. Look at it, bud. Look at it. All right. Yep. We get it, man. He does a mouth NATO. That's what I call it, or dog NATO. Hey, off. Cool. Hey, no, it's not get excited time. Please don't do this. See what you guys made me do? Hey, Vinny, down. All right, cool. All right, so next we're gonna do the armor. I run an LV-119 Spiritus Systems. On this is a bank robber. It's an old bank robber. It's like supposed to be like a light chest rig. And I've kind of weaseled in what I think I need to have in there. And I could ditch a magazine and throw like a smoke grenade or whatever sort of signal device or something, whatever you need. And I do recommend keeping a few smoke grenades, even the airsoft ones, on your stuff. All right. I gotta take my glasses off, otherwise I'll mess them up when I throw my armor on. And most of this equipment, you should strive for Just to clarify, your plates are 7 pounds each. I don't know. They're ceramic, dude. They're not light. They're definitely not like the lightest things out there. All right, so my radio, I dummy down. And I keep my radio pouch attached to my armor because, and this is like kind of why I have to distinguish the difference between chest rig. Oh man, did I pull a buckle in here? Nice, cool. Give me a second. No, I just couldn't reach it. And honestly, I don't know why I did landscape view. If I'm gonna show, bro, what in the heck? Oh, that's what's going on. The weight from it is pulling my back strap through. And I should just unbuckle both of them. Okay, so you guys are probably asking the question of like, what are you gonna do if you don't have the time to throw all this stuff on? And that's like kind of the whole point about it, man. Is I keep it in a duffel bag, all of it. My gas mask, my helmet, everything. Cool. All right. So, armor. All of your rigs. Let me grab this guy to show you. This is a buddy of mine. He's a former Marine. He made this Night Fighter Fenris rig. No. That's what everyone complains about. Oh. Either way, this is kind of a low visibility rig. It allows you to wear 6 magazines on you, or like 4 plus some signal like smoke grenades. But something you should do with all of your equipment. Come on, bro. You see what I'm working with here? All right. Maintain a mop suit as well. Mop suits have kind of changed. They used to have like cumbersome mop suits, and no, everything's built little bits at a time, man. So kind of, I know that you can get a Tyvek suit with appropriately colored, being sand colored, and overboots and gloves. I think you can get away with it for under $200. But again, man, like I've got a lot of things that I purchased, but again, it's bits at a time. This wasn't built overnight. Okay, so what I was saying, pre-wire all of your relevant equipment with all of your comms stuff. So I have a PTT right here, a Peltor that plugs into an aviation plug on my helmet. My Peltor's right there. And I also put aviation gel seals, not those like noise fighter things, man. Honestly, they're overhyped. I just use like $15 aviation gel seals. Dude, come on, bro. Relax. So that way I can seal with a gas mask and still not break my hearing seal when I shoot with a gas mask and my helmet on. No. Sorry. Alex is probably watching me right now. He's shaking his head. Vinny kind of is favoring his right leg today. And I think he jacked it up playing Frisbee. So, I don't know. He's taking it easy, trying to. That's relatively speaking until until this weekend. We got to go to Louisville. I can only do so much. I can't keep him from doing, I can't make him be a statue. He's being pretty good right now. Okay, man, I lost track. You should adapt all of your equipment for comms. Bro, stop it, man. Yeah, so we're doing flooring in here. We got a black flooring laid, but we have to do it up the landing and everything like that. I'm sorry I got so sidetracked. Modularity within mission diversity. So you might not be able to afford to wear something like this. So this is all hypothetical and speculative and everything like that. But you need to be able to change stuff up. You need to be able to take your comms from one setup and put it on another. Now you should be able to wear your chest rig alone. You can have something like, this is a Spiritus Systems Microfight, which everybody and their mother is familiar with. Everybody knows what it is, but it's got an H harness so you can wear it standalone. Now, that Fenris rig that I had, or that I have, its straps can be used with this chest rig. So as long as I have those, it's really quick to change over. Okay, so going over the armor a little bit. Let me adjust my camera here. All right, so however you index your mags, you should orient them that direction. Make sure that's consistent. Or just learn how to withdraw your magazine from its pouch. However you have to. Tape, you should have tape, a multi-tool, signal. These are road flares. I kind of wrapped ace bandage dressing around them to, well, they're not actually road flares. They're marine waterproof flares. They're like plastic and bright orange. So wrap those with, wrap those with whatever you have. Keep stuff dark. Don't keep it overwhelmingly bright. This is range stuff. Obviously, it's not acceptable to wear stuff like this into like an actual environment. So like, take that into consideration, man. This is range versus reality. And my camera keeps moving because you all asked for my dog to be over here. So I'm holding you guys accountable for that. Hydration. A back panel. OBX back panel to Velcro onto the back of your plate carrier. It's got a 2-liter bladder, insulated, ready for gas mask use. It's got pouches for smoke grenades, flashbangs, whatever the case, and then whatever goes up here. Next item, replacement combat load. Just a silly little bandolier with 6 rifle magazines and it's Velcro back. So you take this chest rig off, and there's Velcro underneath it, and you just stick it to it and D-ring it down. And now you're in action. You're plussed up on ammo. Okay. I'm going to say general rule of thumb applies to gunfighting here. Mobility is survivability. Okay? The faster you were able to move under direct fire, the more probable chance you have of surviving, okay? The easiest way to not get shot is not be a target, right? Okay, so think about that, man. Consolidate all your stuff into not a bunch of different bags and a bunch of different stuff that you have to rifle through on a whim. Condense it and make it modular, man. Make it work for you. Let's go over real quick. Gas mask. So gas mask, I keep on a bandolier, man. You got to be able to get this thing on in about 8 seconds. That's as per the military's standard of performance. Okay. So you can see my helmet. It's just a straight up bump helmet, man. It's one of those cheap hardhead veteran helmets. It's got a regular old Rhino mount on it, and we're good to go. Battery, ballast, whatever. It doesn't need to be fancy, man. It just needs to carry comm supporting equipment. Now, as for, like, what if I'm not wearing a helmet? How do I get my radio into my ear? An acoustic tube. Amazon has these for like, I don't know, I think I paid 13 bucks for 2 pairs. And you can go through them like as much as you want. So, with regard to gunfighting, all these minimalist loadouts, things like that, like what's your, I know, no shit, man. I've been asked stuff like, what is your minimum combat load for a minimalist urban loadout? Like, I can't process some of this stuff, man. Like, I'm like, okay, I want you to understand the gravity, like, of high intensity situation is it like starts at 14 mags, 14 30 round magazines. So don't be afraid to have magazines everywhere. Make sure your belt is able to interface with your rucksack. That means you can't have a bunch of stuff high on the back of your belt, or you can elect to strap your belt to your ruck. And Safariland makes this genius little thing that you can put right here to where you can transfer your holster directly, and it would be, in theory, right here. This works. I've even heard people say, like, dude, you can fit everything onto a plate carrier that you would need a war belt for. And that, like, it makes sense, like, because I never wore a war belt in Afghanistan, man. It was strictly a plate carrier. And, like, even as a saw gunner, bro, like, 200 rounds of ammo on each side of me. What are your thoughts on retaining empty mags rather than just, dude, why are you throwing... Okay, I'm not going to rip your head off for this. Cops drop mags. That's all I'm going to say. Cops drop mags. They are the only ones that that are really, you know what I'm saying? Cops do. That's it. Those are the only people. That and security guards. That's it. And it's nothing against cops. It's just, it's the scope of duty that they fall under. Anybody in the military is going to tell you, like, you don't know when you're going to see this opportunity again. You as a civilian should probably take that into consideration too. Now, something I like to do, but I can't have my rifle on here and I don't have a blue rifle yet, is, okay, let's think about the priority of movement with your rifle magazine, okay? When your gun is out of ammo, what's the next priority? You need a fresh mag, right? Grab the fresh mag first. You can, if you want to drop it, you have up until you get that magazine up to the gun in order to do so. But I like to kind of arrange it in a manner where I'm able to retain the old magazine. And then if I need to, because like there's somebody right in front of me, then I can just drop that magazine and continue manipulating the bolt release. Does that make sense? So like I reduce my movement to one movement. Good question though, I guess. I hear it a lot. Like, so I guess you got to understand there's redundancy like within my trade. So like, I guess I shouldn't complain about it or gripe, but either way, that is a redundant question. So that's what I'm going to say is cops drop mags. Hydration, like there's more stuff to this than just ammo. You should probably have a whistle of some sort too, if you think about it. And then there is clarity. Your experience is reloading is going to be accomplished behind cover, not right. Well, like if you're reloading in the open, you should be moving. You like probably should drop your mag then. Who knows? Who cares? Like at that point, like who cares what happens? You're going to default to a fight or flight response. Like that's what's going to happen. Something that happens in the dynamic of a fight or flight response all the blood voids from all your extremities. This is why like dudes theorize that you're not gonna have like fine motor skill, which I say is bullshit. If dudes can change out a machine gun barrel in active contact, like I don't buy it. But you do lose, all blood gets allocated to the chest, the triceps, the quadriceps, the buttocks, because it's preparing for fight or flight. Take that into consideration. With this also comes reduced reasoning capacity. This is like, you know, like a lot, you have to be, it pays to be decisive. That's pretty easy for some people, and for others, it's kind of like a shutdown mode. Let me see, any points I'm missing here? Ruck belt, panel, your sidearm, yeah. Combat ammo refills, we got that. Smoke, pyro, signal, comms, adaptation, route all cables and PTTs. Yeah, man, we got it. Without further ado, I don't know why I say that, dude. It's just a nervous tick, I guess. This guy is gonna forever bump my tripod, but either way, thanks for bearing with me through this, and thanks you guys for tuning in. If you want to continue to support this, man, you can Venmo me at David-Williams-1663, and it's greatly appreciated, man. But till then, next week we're gonna have another topic, and as always, it's gonna be Thursday at about 6 p.m. Central. All right, y'all stay safe out there.